Animated adventures, but I've set up the most busted bleed team possible. Or at least I hope we have. The first unit we have is Docky, which is going to be our bleed unit. It is the newest bleed unit in the game. And I think the best one, Greed, might be better, but I'm honestly not sure. I just want to use this one instead because it's newer and cooler. Then we have Yatro, which has a very interesting ability. It doesn't deal bleed damage, but to any unit that is bleeding, it has a guaranteed crit chance. So this unit will be dealing a lot of damage to units if they are bleeding, which hopefully they will be with Docky. Then we have our third unit, which is Power, and this unit has an amazing ability where it buffs bleed damage by 5 times to any unit that is bleeding. So anything that Power has hit, Docky is going to be dealing 5 times more damage for about 5 seconds, which is absolutely amazing. And then for our last unit, we have Hanji, which is my best and only bleed air unit. I'm bringing this along to help buff these two, and I'm hoping Power will help the damage on this unit. The only downside about this unit is that it's my only air unit, so we'll probably try this again if we don't make it that far purely because of air units. I will have these focusing airs though, just in case. But if it doesn't work out, then we might swap for a better unit like Golden Frieza or something. But that is our team setup. We also have Bulma and Speedwagon to help pay for them because they're expensive. Okay, let's run the round. Let's see how well we can do. I have not tested this at all, so this is gonna be interesting. And did I forget to mention we're doing this on the hardest map? This is gonna go horribly. Also, I think what I'm gonna do is for the first time ever, because I don't know how well this is gonna work at all, I'm gonna set up back here so I have more time. Because I normally set up here because my unique Aizen is enough to carry me through the first couple waves without worrying about anything. I haven't actually used units that weren't unique in so long. But to start it off, I'm not quite sure what the best place is, but let's place around this point. We'll place down one of each so they support each other while we mainly focus on our money. Look them together. That is going to deal so much damage. This is also perfect because Yatro will always be critting because he is after. And up. Okay, there's our first flying unit. So we should probably go ahead and get our powers up. Or not powers, our Hanjis. Oh yeah, let's also do this. Get our first power down too so we can get the extra bleed damage. But mainly focus on our Hanjis because we need a lot of that. We need a lot of damage with the Hanji. Also, I forgot to turn effects on. Okay, here we go. Much better. Oh, the game looks so much better now. Our money's also doing quite well. Let's do some upgrades on damage on our main units. Also, yeah, get you up. More damage on you. Just buff all these. This appears to be going well, except for the air units, which I'm still worried about, especially with them being only a singular hit. But there we go. That is maxed out money, so we can focus on damage now. I'm guessing our primary focus is gonna still be the air. Especially with that high crit rate. I got the 69% crit rate. That is the ultimate level of luck for damage. You just have to pray that it's enough luck. Look at that. 40,000 damage. Okay, the Hanji's dealing a lot. I'm actually quite proud of this. And there we go. Okay, that's max. Max wasn't hard to get. That's good. But the first boss did spawn, so that isn't good. This is going well. Okay, the first boss is almost dead. And one more hit. There we go. Okay, that is perfect. Let's just max out one of every single unit. Let's do this one next. We got the Cone AoE now. That is perfect. It's hitting all of that. That is amazing. Practically a full AoE, to be honest. Except it doesn't hit everything else. But, you know, close enough. And also that multi-hit's really nice, too. We need the multi-hits for these guys. Because these high-end Nomus are a pain with all those shields. And there we go. 146,000 damage now. So with that much damage, how much is it actually dealing? Because we have 2 bleed units supporting it. It's actually dealing 220,000. So that is dealing quite a bit of damage. Very nice. Let's go ahead. Okay, we need more air damage. I'm not too confident in air damage right now. These things have 140,000 now. Let's get a second one of these done. Let's look at that. 70,000 damage per Hanji. How many Hanjis do we even have? Just out of curiosity. I don't remember. We have 3. Let me place one down, please. 4. Can we have a 5th? We can. Okay, that is good. With 5 of those down, that is going to help a lot. Also, I'm going to go ahead and place down all of the power so that way we have a lot of these hitting to help buff the bleed. Too bad it doesn't hit airs, though. If that hit air, we'd be doing so good because the Hanjis would have the permanent 5 times boost. Speaking of which, we have a lot of bleed support, but we don't exactly have the bleed damage up. So let's go ahead and start focusing on the Docky. Now that our air is doing a little bit better. There we go. Okay, that is maximum damage on there. It also has bleed, which should be dealing an extra 40 to 50,000 damage. So it's dealing about 150,000 roughly, a little bit less than that. On top of the power and Gyatro buffs, that's going to be so good. Oh yeah, let's definitely get another air unit up. We need more of those because air units are getting quite far now. Also, I have a focus flying. There we go. That's the third one up. Yeah, definitely focusing these. These are the only ones we're having a problem with now. I mean, not that big of a problem. They're only making it about here, and out of all of this range, they're still doing quite well. But yeah, everything else dies immediately because of the Docky Gyatro mix. And here is the Wave 20 boss. How much health does it have? 5 million? Hopefully we can deal with that. That's 4 of the 5 Hanjis. Let's just go ahead and finish them all together. Then we'll upgrade another Docky, I guess. And there we go. Okay, now we are officially done with air units. Let's hope that holds out because there's nothing else I could do. I have them targeting air. They're all maxed out. There's nothing else I can do. Actually, wait, there is. I just want to upgrade. I forgot. I lied. Okay, now there's nothing else we can do except for upgrading Dockies, I guess. What's the AoE? It's a circle AoE, so it doesn't really matter where I put it. I just gotta make sure it's within range of stuff. But here's the boss. Boss is in range now. Hopefully we can start dealing enough damage, which I think we are. With all of these buffs, we are shredding through millions of health. It's already half. I love the visuals on these units. They're so flashy. Oh my lord. And there we go. Second boss is down. We are doing very good. And there we go. Second Docky is maxed. I'm guessing now that we have so many bleed units, I think the correct way to go about this is to max out all of these guys because of the 100% crit chance. So he's always critting on units that are bleeding, and with how many bleed units we have now on the ground, that is a lot of damage. And there is the second one of those maxed out. The cone AoE is very nice. Let's go ahead and max out a third. And there is the third maxed out now. So all 3 of those are now dealing 100% crit damage, which is about 200,000 damage now. That is a big buff. Let's go ahead and level the last one up. And here we go. It's now wave 30. So which boss do we get? We get Destro, which is 3.4 million shield plus probably like another like 4 million health. It is definitely stronger, but not that much stronger. But we definitely are that much stronger, so shouldn't be too difficult. I guess I'm gonna go ahead because I haven't done this yet. Let's max out a power. And yikes, okay, airs are getting decently far now. That could have also just been unlucky crits. Yeah, definitely unlucky crits. That one died immediately. Look at that. Okay, shield is almost completely gone immediately. And it has 6.8 million health. Oh my god, look at all those effects. There's so much going on now. It has 2 million more, 500,000, and it is now dead. We also maxed out a power now, which probably wasn't that worth it because it's not dealing that much damage. Something catch up though, because everything's like getting quite far now. That's not good. Let's upgrade more Dockies to be safe. If we can get these to catch up, it'll be good, which it looks like it's about to. There we go. That's the third Docky. Let's go ahead and place the last one. And then we're almost done leveling stuff up. We only have the powers and the 1 Docky left. And there we go. Maxed out Dockies. So our full team is done. Like our main team. Now it's just our support unit, which it would be dealing more damage, but it hits way slower. I guess the AoE is a lot bigger. I think I'm going to leave it at this upgrade because it's basically just lacking for range, but it's way faster hit rate. And if we start lacking on damage, upgrade it past. Because the faster this thing hits, the better off we are. But oh my lord, the effects these units have is just so cool. Just look at that. The one thing this game always gets right is the attack effects on all these units. They're always so good. Yeah, I think this power specifically has almost max range, the lowest cooldown, and I think it still has the maximum AoE size, which is still fairly large. So I think that power level is pretty much the best one I could have without having like really low cooldown. There we go. Now we're good. But here is the wave 40 boss. Let's see what our next to last boss is. I normally lose around like the wave 50 boss because that boss is just really difficult. I could probably use a better team to kill the boss more regularly, but like don't really need to go past wave 50 unless you're doing leaderboard. That is my goal, is just to make the wave 50. But we have Getin, which, fun little fact, this is an actual unit you can get in the game. You got it from, it's a legendary unit, but you got it from buying something, I think, during the Christmas event. If you, like, bought a gift item and gave you a gift which you could open. The unit is terrible considering you have to pay Robux for it, but it's still a cool unit either way. But now we wait for the 15.7 million health to walk over. Hopefully it's not going to be super mean to me. Okay, here he goes in range now. So now it's going to be on the full onslaught of all of the things attacking it. Hopefully we can defeat it. It looks like we can because like we have all the buffs because we have like the Dockies with the Lost Vein, so they're critting fully every once in a while. Then they're dealing 5 times damage with the powers. Yeah, we definitely killed that boss. That is so good. Same with these. These are also dealing 5 times damage because of the power, just not to the flying units. Everything's so loud. My God. Now we just need to hold out for 7 waves and then we have our goal. Oh, this is not going well at all of a sudden. They're making it so far. They're dying. It's just like there's so much overflow. And the clones aren't helping because they spawn all the way up here. We might lose in a second because of these air units. Unless we get a really good round of crits, we might lose to these guys because they are almost out of range now. Oh, is it gonna make it by? It made it by! Okay, yikes, yeah, sell a couple of these guys, I guess. Move them up ahead. Come on, make them. Make it! Make it, please! Not enough time! Dang it! Wave 45! We almost made it to wave 50. That was so close! Well, either way, we still did very, very well. I'm quite proud of how well we did, considering I'm not really using any meta units there. Because, like, all the meta units are, like, not these. Like, if you want a meta team, it's, like, Aizen, Escanor, Tengen, and then, like, a dedicated air unit for the early waves, which is essentially what I use to do these rounds pretty just calmly. But, oh, my lord, we did so well there. We just got backed up on like all the units. And honestly, we would have lost either way, even if we were backed up, because the air units are only hitting airs. I had them targeting it, so like that wouldn't have changed anything. But we made it far enough. I'm not going to do a second attempt with the Golden Frieza. We'd probably make it to 50, but honestly, we did quite well considering what we were using.